Good morning, Miss Smith's class. I bet you weren't expecting me. This is Miss Singleton, and I'm here to talk to you about Tech Fair. Because this year, in Tech Fair, we're doing some things a little differently. This year, Miss Bell has agreed to help me out so that you can have not just one Tech Fair category to compete with, but two. That means you'll be doing a Tech Fair project with me and also doing a Tech Fair project with Miss Bell. Now, you may need to look at me for the next couple of weeks while I explain your project that you're going to be working on in Computer Lab. So bear with me while I tell you about the project that you're going to start today. I'm going to get rid of this creepy window here so you don't have to look at my face and my window and my dogs down there too. Now, if we look at the Tech Fair website and we look at the different categories, you may recognize some of these from the hype video: 3D modeling, animation, graphic design. But you guys are going to be working on a brand new category this year, a category called Internet Applications. The website tells us that projects in this category may include websites, chat rooms, forums, and blogs. It even gives us an idea list of softwares that you might want to use. The easiest software on the list, and the one that we already own, is Google Sites. Now don't worry, you don't have to learn how to use Google Sites all in one day today. We'll do that in the next couple of weeks. It's right here in your Google Drive if you want to play around with it on your own. Right here. And it's really intuitive, which means it's really easy to figure out if you just mess around and play around with it. Today, we're going to talk about your project though. We know you're building a website, but what about? And how do you build a website? And what are the parts of a website? To help you out, I've pulled up a website from one of our old Artists of the Month. This is Christopher David White. He was the clay artist who made the sculptures that look like wood. Yeah, that guy. Now, this is his home page. This is the page that you first come to when you Google his website. It's also known as the landing page because it's where we first land. If his website was a book, this would kind of be like the cover. Now, when you open his book up, you can see different sections or chapters. These are called subpages. He has one called Portfolios, one called About, one called Studio, one called Blog, and one called Shop. Now, we can click on these and go to different sections of the website. Let's go to his shop. Now, last year he didn't have anything for sale, but now he actually has some things to sell in his shop. $150 mug. Yes, please. Nice. And we can see up here at the top, we're in the shop tab. We can either click on his icon here, his logo, or home to go back to that landing page, aka the cover of his book, the cover of his website. Now for your website, you're also going to make a site about a person. So your homepage will look very similar to this, with the person's name really large, maybe a couple of images, kind of like that. And you'll also have one, two, three, four, at least four subpages. He has five, but for this project, my minimum that I expect from you is four. But your website's not going to be about Christopher David White. In fact, your webpage is going to be about people you haven't even met yet. I talked to Miss Smith, and she told me in social studies after Christmas, you're going to be learning about these five people: Susan B. Anthony, Frederick Douglass, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Sojourner Truth, and Harriet Tubman. To save Miss Smith some time, and since you're going to be learning about them anyway, I thought that you could pick one of these five people to build your website about. Today, you have three jobs. Your very first job today is going to be to pick a partner for the Tech Fair. Now, in a few minutes, Miss Bell is going to show you a list of questions you need to think about. So quit pointing at each other, quit shouting across the room, and wait. The second job that you have today, if you choose a partner, if you even want one, after you've done that, you're going to do some research about websites. Don't worry about these names just yet. You're going to research and look at websites from famous people to decide what they have in common, what they look like, what you should maybe include in yours, things you don't like. Let me see, who should we do? How about another artist? Thank you, X, maybe? ThankYouX.com. Here's his homepage, his landing page. And you'll notice he has his tabs, he has his subpages on the side. And he only has 4: store, gallery, about, and contact. His homepage is really long. Look at this. It goes all the way down here. I'm not sure I like that. While you're doing your research, I want you to make some notes. If you see things that you don't like, open up a new Google Doc. No. New Google Doc. And take some notes about the things you see today. Tech Fair Day 1. I like it when you keep the home page simple. My keyboard doesn't work. Sorry, guys. Let's see what else I find in my research. I really like the tabs, the subpages across the top instead of here on the side. I'm going to make a note of that too. I like subpage headings on top. Now you might misspell things like I did. These notes don't have to be really in depth, but last year at the tech fair, one of the things the judges told us was that we didn't have enough notes about how we developed our project. So this year we're going to try to do a better job. 3 tasks for the day. Pick a partner, research some famous people that you can think about and check out their web pages. And last but not least, if you have time, refer to the list of 5 names that Miss Bell has, and pick out the person that you think will be most interesting for your website. Next week, we'll talk about Google Sites, we'll start learning how to build them, and we'll do some research about our specific people. Right now, it's time for me to go because you've got some work to do. See you next time.